Hey, how you doing? This is the SNL Fan Podcast. I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And what we'll be doing in this one, excuse me, is reviewing the Jeremy Renner and Maroon 5 episode of Saturday Night Live that aired November 17th, 2012. And before I do that, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Baggens. He's an artist who has a song out that's hot right now. The name of the song is called On Fire. Definitely check it out in the info box below. Baggens and the single On Fire, as he's been getting play on commercial and non-commercial radio stations across the nation, even overseas. People are feeling the single. If you're not up on it yet, you definitely need to get up on it because this is one of the next big things. Baggens and his single On Fire. Check it out. All right, and getting into the episode, the cold opening, it was funny. Cecily Strong playing Paula Broadwell, that wrote the biography. It was funny. I liked how everybody was kind of uncomfortable, and it was a good way to make fun of this too. Instead of actually parroting the guy, the head of the CIA, it was good that they did it this way. To pat a little creative spin on it. Fred Armisen was funny in it. Looking like a pervert. Everybody getting up and leaving. That was great. Cecily Strong. Oh my God, she just does. She does all kind of right. She does all right on the show. The monologue was kind of weird. Another singing monologue. It's one of those things where I can kind of tell what the joke was, what they were trying to do with it, but the execution was bad. From my opinion, from what I think they were trying to get at with the joke, is they were trying to, Jeremy Renner plays in all these action movies, and excuse me, and instead of singing like some old, some kind of like get up and go type of music, he was playing like these little sappy love songs, and that doesn't fit well with an action movie. But I mean, I just don't think it was executed right, or they could have did a better job of explaining that to the audience. So yeah, Jeremy Renner, he seemed like he was kind of nervous, and the stuff that came out, the stuff that he kind of improvised at the beginning when the sound was messing up, that was a little funny, but it seemed like he had the mush mouth during his monologue. Like he was like, I'm doing that thing, I like to sing, I like the action movies. That's how, like he had like the mush mouth or something, But yeah, it was kind of awkward. The Your Hometown commercial, the going back to your hometown for a vacation, as opposed to going to an exotic location. That was a funny little commercial. I like that. Excuse me. I don't know. I got something stuck in my throat. It was just, I don't know. It was a funny commercial. The Californians, I am not feeling that. I'm just not feeling that. They should do the Californians at the end of the episode or something. It's just something that I don't think they should. Oh my God! Like it's just where they're going with it. Oh, excuse me. You know where they're going with it, and the accents and the how they say things, it's just not funny anymore. I mean, do it one or two times maybe and keep it moving. This is not something this is not a hit, in my opinion. I think the audience moans when this comes on. I don't know why they keep thinking that this is a skit that people want to keep seeing. And it's not even like, I don't know. It's like, I know they throw little elements in there every now and then that try to make it funny, but the major premise of the skit is just like a one note thing that she did one time, maybe twice, and kept it moving. It's just not that kind of skit. It was funny that the way Tim Robinson was jumping up at the end trying to be seen in the mirror. But that can't be the little things that make the skit good, or try to make the skit good. That can't be the premise of the skit. Well, it wasn't the premise of the skit, but that can't be the. That, I don't want to look at a skit and go, "Oh man, the way that guy was looking was funny." I want to say, "Well, the skit is funny, the jokes is funny," not, "Hey, that one little thing that the one guy did for 2 seconds was funny." Nah. Moving right along, which is what they should do with Californians. The Situation Room. With Jason Sudeikis playing Wolf Blitzer. They're still, making fun of the whole scandal thing. Yeah, that was funny. But the funniest part of it was Tim Robinson doing the reenactment. Tim Robinson, in my opinion, he's a guy that does funny faces and things like that. But I mean, I don't think he could. I mean, he's just getting the cheap laughs. I have not yet. I don't know. We'll see if he gets any better after Christmas or during December. But I mean, he's just there to make funny faces. I mean, Paul Brittain had a better had made a bigger contribution to the show than Tim Robinson is right now, in my opinion. I'm gonna make a whole separate podcast for that one, podcast show for that one. Let's see, but overall I like that one. Jeremy Renner's part, it was I don't know. It seemed like it was funny what they were trying to do with it, but Jeremy Renner was the wrong guy to do that skit. I think, like some of the Louis C.K. skits when Louis C.K. hosts. It was like Louis C.K. is a funny person, but I think some of the roles he played in that episode, if they would have gave it to a different host, it probably would have executed. You gotta play to everybody's strengths, I mean, just because you're funny, like Chris Rock. Chris Rock's a very funny stand-up comedian, but how funny was he when he was actually a cast member? Come on. And the only time Chris Rock was really that funny is when he was doing the Weekend Update pieces, when he was doing the Nat X stuff, when he's doing the straight to camera telling his jokes. Some people are just good joke tellers, and some people are good at doing skits. And you just got to find what you're good at, And some people are good at both, like Eddie Murphy. Let's see. But yeah, I like the Situation Room. The little short film, the standoff thing, I like that. Bobby Moynihan, man, I think he'd play a good villain in a movie. I really do. When Bobby Moynihan leaves Saturday Night Live, I hope he's just not. I don't know. I don't know what his post SNL career will end up being like, because I mean I've been surprised by certain people I thought was going to blow up didn't blow up, and certain people I just thought wasn't going to blow up ended up becoming household names. So I guess you never know. But I hope Bobby Moynihan gets some. I don't know. I can see him playing like some Jack Black roles. Or playing a villain. I could see him playing a good villain in a movie. I would hate to see him just stuck in these little fat guy comedic roles. I think he has more a wider range than what he's allowed, than what he's showing us on SNL, based on like the little things he's done here and there. I didn't even like Bobby Moynihan that much at first, but as time went on and I've seen what he can do. I think he can do more than what he's doing, and that's also a good way to, that's good what they did with Jeremy Renner, because like I said, he's an action movie guy, serious actor. Put him in skits like this. You got to play to the host's strength. Like I said, like I always say, I never talk about the musical guest, which is Maroon 5. Didn't really like this song that much. I like some of Maroon 5's past stuff, but I just wasn't really feeling this single right here. Weekend Update, Seth Meyers was on fire, especially with the winners and losers part. When Seth Meyers does stuff like this, I kind of like him on Weekend Update. Although I'm thinking that he's getting kind of stale. He should definitely keep doing things like this. Jay Pharaoh as Katt Williams. It was dead on. Jay Pharaoh he's oh my God, he's definitely good at impersonations, and he should. I say he should do more, because he has a whole wide range of impersonations he can do. He can even do good impersonations of white guys. I mean, might want to put him in whiteface and have him do some of the roles. It seems like after Weekend Update, it seems like things started getting a little better. The Avengers skit, I like that. Even though it was a kind of a one note, one joke type of skit, where it was like, oh yeah, Hawkeye, oh yeah, with the arrows, what are you here for? What can you do? But they had a lot of jokes in there, man. It was pretty good. I liked it, And they should do more stuff like this. And Taran Killam, man, oh my God, like he just the way he said, he was like, why would I do that? I got a shield. Like it was just, oh my God, Taran Killam, he's the way he moves, like he puts his facial expressions and his movements is what makes Taran Killam good, man. But yeah, and Jeremy, the host, was actually even good in this. This was like the best skit that he did this night. Well, so far. Let's see. The skit where Jason Sudeikis played some kind of action guy. Like I said, definitely keep putting Jeremy Renner in the action type skits. Jason Sudeikis' little character, whatever. I thought it was okay. I thought it was funny. I mean, it's good that it's good to see Jason Sudeikis doing things now that Kristen Wiig is gone. That's all I got to say about that. The Maroon 5 performance, yes, definitely skip that. What else? The cartoon, I don't know. It was kind of, I mean, it was okay. The drones thing. They could have done without it. I definitely don't think it's at the level of any of that that Robert Smigel stuff in the past. I don't even know if Robert Smigel was behind this. Was he? He might have been. But yeah, this wasn't it was okay. Not bad, not good. It was okay. The coroner skit, a lot of people on the Saturday Night Live message board hated the skit. I actually liked it. It was stupid. It was a one joke skit, but it was like, I liked how Jeremy Renner at the end of the night, he wants to get funny. I think actually somebody else probably would have did a better job. But something like he was like, hey, is that me under there? Like it was the stuff. I mean, how he was saying it, it was it was a little funny, and he wasn't glued to the cue cards like he was in the other skits too. Yeah, it was good. I'd also like when Bill Hader kept playing around with Taran Killam, and Taran Killam just laid there and just didn't break at all. Bill Hader was trying to make him do that. He's trying to mess up Taran Killam, But Taran did not move. Taran has got skills, man. But yeah, that's all I pretty much want to say. Overall, my overall thoughts about this show. It got better after Weekend. Well, Weekend Update on back was actually the better half of the show. A lot of the skits they did at the end of the show, they should have did them at the beginning. Because the Californians, that could have been the last skit. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, Jeremy Renner. Like I said, like you said, he's not known for comedy. He's an action movie guy, and we definitely see that in this performance. But I don't know. He wasn't. I ain't gonna say awful, because Daniel Craig just seemed like he just seemed weird doing a lot of those skits. But Jeremy Renner, I think it was more of him being nervous. Or, I guess nervous that he's doing live TV or something. Because it seemed like he was trying a little bit. But I mean, but trying ain't getting it though. You're not getting the job done if you're trying. But I definitely give this episode maybe a C. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a B- or something maybe. Because Jeremy Renner did try, and they did have some good skits here and there. But the overall show was just kind of it was kind of average. Oh yeah, and I also like I said, I want to give another shout out to Mono Baggens check out that song "On Fire." Definitely check that out. I'll put the link in the info box below. All right, and that's all I'd like to say. I'm some guy named Jay. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.